Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. Former governor of Anambra State and the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria, Mr. Peter Obi, has condemned the wanton demolition exercises that are going on in various parts of the country. He said, and I quote, "It is with complete despondency and unhappiness that I have followed the ongoing demolitions across the country, especially knowing the extra hardship such acts have been happening on hapless citizens who are already battling with multi-dimensional poverty. What a responsive government should be doing under the current harsh economic conditions in the country is to come up with measures aimed at alleviating the people's hardships and to carry out measures that would take more people out of poverty. Even if there were some violations, as the governments are claiming, this critical time is not auspicious for such an exercise, knowing the hardship in the land and the consequences it will have on the poor who are struggling to make ends meet with their little resources." He said that the poor in our midst who are putting their meager resources are going through very severe financial stress that should not be multiplied further. In some cases, the properties being demolished are the lifetime savings and retirement aboard of the aged and the incapacitated. My appeal, therefore, is for the respective governments involved in this act to consider the hardship in the country and try and put a human face to their actions. While we should enforce sensible regulations, all actions of government must show compassion. Peter Obi. Now, this is Peter Obi's message to governments around the country that had gone on wanton demolition of houses under the guise of enforcing regulations, that they should do it with compassion, that they should do it with fear of God, knowing the hardship in the country, knowing how people are finding it difficult to make ends meet. Peter Obi is saying that it was ill-advised to embark on demolitions at this time, when even the government itself is aware that people are passing through hell. Government itself is aware that things are tough for the average Nigerians. Then why do you compound it with demolition exercise? Demolition exercise that is affecting people, some of them retired and incapacitated people, who those aboards you are destroying remain their last hope in this world. Now you're demolishing it. It's not that they have money to build a new one. It's not that they have capacity to reconstruct a new one in another place. Peter Obi said, leaders should rule with compassion. Leaders should lead with compassion for the people that they lead. They should lead with compassion. All over the country, demolitions are going on in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Demolitions are ongoing. The Federal Capital Territory Administration had embarked on one-ton demolition of houses. The same thing is going on in Lagos. Houses have been demolished. But the problem is that the houses that have been demolished, mostly the people affected are not being paid compensation. In a separate video, I have talked about the fact that there is a need for compensation for the houses that have been demolished in Lagos. And why did I say so? Because you cannot say you want peace in a country and you cannot give compensation to the houses that you're demolishing, but you are ready to rehabilitate Boko Haramis. You are ready to rehabilitate ISWAP people when they surrender. You are ready to rehabilitate bandits when they surrender. And you are not ready to pay compensation for those whose houses are pulled down, even if they did it in a wrong place, even if you think that where they built was an illegitimate place to put such a structure. You need to bring everybody along once you have served the message that people shouldn't have built in so and so place. But you cannot just leave them like that in a harsh and very difficult economy like Nigerian economy right now. You'll be breeding monsters. Their children are going to be bitter against this country. Their children's children are going to be bitter about this country. You have to do things with compassion, just as Peter Obi is talking about. With compassion. Do it with compassion. We know that there are demolition exercises going on in Abia State, where Dr. Alex Oti is building a 6-lane road, new 6-lane road in Abia State, in the Umuahia. Demolitions are ongoing in those areas. Places have been marked to be demolished. But Alex Oti is doing his own differently from what they are doing in Abuja and Lagos. Alex Oti is paying compensation. Alex Oti is not pulling down anybody's building in Umuahia without paying compensation. I know that even the commissioner in charge of works and everything, they have already had a series of meetings with those landlords that have structure along the pathway for the 6-lane road that they want to build in Umuahia for compensation. That is how it's supposed to be. That is what it should be. So if you are taking any structure, if you are pulling down any structure, pay compensation at least. Especially in this situation we are in this country. Don't pull any man's house down. And on top of it, you can't pay compensation. You tell him that you are doing it because you want this city to adhere to the master plan, or because you want to adhere to the rules and regulations. Like what happened in Abuja. You want to adhere to the master plan. Why don't you go and pull down the barracks in Abuja? Because the barracks in Abuja are not in the master plan. Since you want to claim that you are doing demolition, you want to follow the rule of law, you want to follow the adherence to the master plan. Why don't you pull down the Aso Rock Villa itself, where the president is presently living as his office and what have you? Why don't you pull it down also? Because it is not supposed to be there. But they are very selective in what they want to adhere to in the process of enforcing these regulations. So Peter Obi is saying, look, when you are doing this thing, take into consideration the current situation in the country. And then back off. Back off. Stop. Because you are exacerbating the situation in the country. You are exacerbating the poverty in the country by going on these one-term demolitions at this time in our history, when Nigerians are passing through hell to survive, to put food on the table. This is not the right time to go back on these demolition exercises, especially these exercises without compensation. I stand with Peter Obi on this. And Peter Obi had always shown that he is a man of compassion. He is a man who operates with the fear of God. If he had not been rigged out as the president of this country in the last election, he wouldn't have pretended over and see the way Nigerians are suffering and will not do something to bring hope, the real hope for Nigerian people, and not all this issue of hope agenda that in the end has dashed the hope of millions of Nigerians. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you.